Hey John, what's going on, babe? Playing with you the other night there, that was fun, by the way. We just got to do more of that. That's what has to happen next, though. We just have to get out there, in some competitive situations where we're competing against ourselves to improve everything. And I'm telling you, this stuff is so on point. When we're going to move into that level of competitive and tournament level player, it doesn't matter what level it is. I mean, it could be just playing in the Thursday dog fight. It could be a state open or a national open or the U.S. Open. I mean, the process is the same. What we got to do is begin to understand what's required as players. What we all have to do is understand completely what's required to cross this bridge. To go from what thinking to how thinking. And now again, it requires us to blend everything together. There's no question about it. Um, our goal, our ultimate goal, the end game goal, is going to be to do whatever we do in good fluid motion, which means we're really not thinking about it. We're just flowing through the process seamlessly. Well, in order to do that, we're just going to have to persistently again work on all these things. All these things are required in order for us to experience good fluid motion, and we got to recognize that as a fact. It has to be a fact. And ultimately that's our consciousness. It's our mindset. It's our mindfulness as a golfer. Well, during the process, we're going to understand that there are mechanical things going on. That's the angle, the swing path, and this release action. Now, release action for all of us is the biggie. Getting our arms and getting our bodies to release in the most efficient way. And then we slide down that what axis to the physical stuff. Here it's all about rhythm and timing. It's all about rhythm and timing. The quality of our shots is all dependent upon the rhythm and timing of any given swing that we're making. Physically, we're just kind of blending in the thoughts that our spine angle and our pivot action are essential when we're making a swing. Pivot action is a big one for you. That's a big one for all of us. Getting the right kind of pivot made on the backswing and the through swing. That's where it's at. But with all that being the case, with all that being said, we have to cross the bridge, man. We got to get over here on this the tactical perspective. And I think, what I was thinking about, just watching you play, just thinking about kind of, the way it's done out there in competitive situations, really and truly, it all boils down to the development of a really good pre-shot routine right there. Really boils down to getting into a good pre-shot routine where we're understanding how to go through that 12 to 15 second pre-shot routine and implement the fifth law right there, the law of subtraction. What we want to do is in that 12 to 15 second, 18 second pre-shot routine process, we're getting good at subtracting our thinking down to just feeling, and then developing the ability to pull that trigger and execute good rhythm and timing during the swing. So what I was thinking about, I think we should talk more about direct some thought and action toward the pre-shot routine that you've got. Now, in order to develop all this stuff, this is pretty neat. In order to develop all this stuff, what we have to begin using is our imagination. So, when we're playing, we're really shifting, we're flipping that switch, and we're getting into a more creative state of mind versus a competitive state of mind. You don't want to compete with yourself in order to make a good swing, So you just got to kind of think about this law of subtraction and blend that law of subtraction in with a good pre-shot routine that has you being, better capable of reducing everything down, reducing all the thoughts down to essentially nothing for about a second and a half, which is the length of time it takes for us to make a swing. I think we need to, have some fun exploring and directing some thought toward the pre-shot routine that you have while on the golf course, so that ultimately gets to the point where through the use of good imagination, we're able to better make good swings. And good swings meaning that we are better able to make swings that have good rhythm and timing associated with every swing, you know. So again, my thoughts were, yeah, we have to employ all 16 of these puzzle pieces during the process. Right now, the real focus is going to be right there on that pre-shot routine that we have, which will help to cut loose all the other pieces of the puzzle, you know. And it's an emerging thing, you know. As we think about it and as we direct more thought and more action toward it, we genuinely emerge, or you know, we evolve into becoming more capable and more competent at making swings on the golf course when it counts. You know, I know that's the case. It's just a matter of us kind of talking about it and exploring it. Get out there. We need to get out there on the golf course, you know, and do what we're talking about here. You know, develop practice a pre-shot routine that has you just, you know, fluidly and seamlessly going into that pre-shot routine, which should last, you know, 12 to 15 seconds, start to finish, and getting it to the point where you can pull that trigger and let everything just happen, you know. Because your mechanics, I mean, everything you're doing in your swing right now, I'm telling you, it's better than it's ever been. All that's better than it's ever been. Okay, we still want to go there and look at it and talk about it, but we got to, again, shift our focus down to you know, to taking those good mechanics and putting them into good rhythm and timing. But the trick, as far as going to the golf course, is very much a process of flipping that switch over here. And what's going to cut us loose is going to ultimately be the development of a really good pre-shot routine, you know. Okay, babe, let's talk about it some more. Very good.